Hey, Raiders fans. Today we have a deep dive into everything happening with our Las Vegas Raiders. And let me tell you, this offseason is shaping up to be absolutely wild. The NFL is moving fast right now. And as you know, once the first domino falls, everything else starts to shift. Big names are on the move. Head coaching positions are opening up across the league. And we are here to analyze exactly what that means for the Raiders and how the silver and black could position themselves to land a top-tier coach. The big news that shook the NFL recently was John Harbaugh signing with the New York Giants. That move alone sent ripples through the entire league because Harbaugh was one of the most coveted coaches out there. But while Giants fans are celebrating, Raiders fans might be wondering, what does this mean for our team? Harbaugh was never realistically in the mix for Las Vegas. Sure, there were talks, rumors, and speculation involving Tom Brady and discussions about our franchise, but from every angle, Raiders management, coaching philosophy, and Harbaugh's own interests, it just wasn't a fit. And that's why, even though it dominated headlines, it shouldn't distract us from the bigger picture. Who is going to be the next head coach for our Raiders? As we look around the league, there are 8 other head coaching jobs that have opened up, and each of these positions carries a domino effect. Once one team fills a role, it sets off a chain reaction, and suddenly coaches, coordinators, and candidates start shifting from team to team. Understanding who's going where helps us narrow down who could realistically be on the Raiders' radar. I spoke with experts across the NFL who cover every team, and what's fascinating is seeing patterns emerge. Defensive minds are getting attention, offensive strategists are in high demand, and every team has its own priorities based on recent performance, roster composition, and front office philosophy. Take the Baltimore Ravens, for instance. With their head coaching job now open, the top candidates right now are defensive-minded, including names like Brian Flores, Robert Saleh, and Jesse Minter. Minter is particularly interesting because of his previous ties to Baltimore and his current position with the Chargers. While he might not be an option for us, understanding where these candidates land helps shape the pool of coaches the Raiders could realistically pursue. Miami, Arizona, Cleveland, Atlanta, Pittsburgh, and Tennessee all have their own open positions, and each of these openings has led to speculation about where experienced coordinators and rising stars could end up. The Raiders have an incredible opportunity here. With so many top defensive and offensive minds being hired by other franchises, our potential candidate pool narrows in some ways, but also becomes more strategic. We have to consider what fits with the roster we've built, particularly the young talent we've drafted in recent years. Players like Ashton Gentry, Brock Bowers, and Fernando Mendoza require a coach whose system complements their strengths, someone who can develop their skills while also building a winning culture around them. That's why when we look at the potential candidates for Las Vegas, 3 names consistently rise to the top: Jesse Minter, Robert Saleh, and Clint Kubiak. Each brings unique strengths, whether it's offensive ingenuity, defensive excellence, or the ability to connect with players and manage a complex roster effectively. While Minter may already be off the board with Baltimore, Saleh and Kubiak remain viable options, and both fit into the vision the Raiders are aiming for in the coming seasons. A smart, disciplined coach who understands how to maximize the talent around him is exactly what we need. Kubiak, for example, has a strong offensive background that aligns well with our recent draft strategy, and Saleh brings defensive expertise that could help tighten our roster in critical areas. Considering these candidates within the context of the other coaching hires around the league, it's clear that the Raiders' front office has a window to make a high-impact decision. Across the league, we're seeing a trend toward younger, high-potential coaches who bring energy, innovative strategies, and adaptability to their teams. The Steelers, for example, are looking for someone who can carry forward the legacy of stability while injecting new ideas. Tennessee and Cleveland are searching for fresh leadership that can maximize their quarterback prospects. Arizona and Miami are making strategic moves based on coordinators who already have familiarity with their systems or connections with their front offices. In all cases, the decisions teams make in these coming weeks will have ripple effects that influence who the Raiders can realistically pursue. For our team, it's not just about filling a position. It's about finding someone who fits culturally, philosophically, and tactically with the players we have and the vision we want to execute. That means balancing offensive and defensive expertise, evaluating leadership qualities, and considering the candidate's ability to grow with the team over multiple seasons. The Silver and Black need a coach who can adapt to the modern NFL, integrate young talent seamlessly, and build a culture that emphasizes discipline, execution, and resilience. Every move we make now can shape the trajectory of the next few seasons. It's also an exciting time for Raiders fans because unlike some teams who have fewer options or limited draft flexibility, we are in a position of strength. Our roster has potential, our draft picks give us leverage, and our salary cap situation allows us to make strategic hires without unnecessary constraints. This isn't just about hiring a head coach. It's about building the foundation for a team that can compete at the highest level consistently. The domino effect in the NFL has already begun, but the Raiders have a chance to make a decisive move that positions us ahead of the curve, ensuring that when the first whistle blows next season, we are ready to compete at the top of the league. When you combine all these factors, the open positions across the NFL, the strategic candidates being chosen by other teams, the fit with our roster, and the vision for the future, the Raiders' decision becomes one of the most intriguing in the entire league. Fans should be paying attention because the next head coach will not only shape the style of play, but also influence the culture, development of young stars, and ultimately the trajectory of the franchise for years to come. Whether the choice falls to a defensive innovator, an offensive strategist, or a well-rounded leader, it's clear that Las Vegas is in a position to make a significant impact with this hire. And that's where the excitement lies. Every decision made by other franchises narrows the field and clarifies the best path for the Raiders. As candidates accept positions elsewhere, the focus sharpens on who is truly available and who can implement the vision the Silver and Black are building. With the right hire, the team can integrate recent draft picks effectively, develop key talent like Gentry, Bowers, and Mendoza, and create a system that maximizes both player skill and strategic advantage on the field. It's a critical juncture, and the choices made now will resonate for seasons to come. As we continue breaking down the coaching landscape, it's important to understand how the domino effect across the league shapes opportunities for the Raiders. Every team making a hire not only secures its own future, but also reshapes the pool of candidates available elsewhere. When high-profile coordinators and experienced assistants get snapped up, the options for Las Vegas become more strategic. This is the moment where front offices must think several moves ahead, considering not just immediate fit, but long-term potential and cultural alignment with their roster. For the Raiders, that kind of planning is crucial because the Silver and Black are not just hiring a coach. They're setting the foundation for the next era of the franchise. Looking at teams like the Cleveland Browns and their recent decisions, we see an emphasis on innovation combined with experience. Grant Udinski, for instance, emerged as a candidate who brings both energy and a modern offensive philosophy. At only 29 years old, his rise illustrates a trend in the league toward younger coaches who can connect with a dynamic roster while also bringing fresh ideas. While he may not end up in Las Vegas, the fact that such talent is gaining attention tells us what qualities the Raiders might prioritize: intelligence, adaptability, and the ability to maximize player performance, particularly for our recent draft picks. The Atlanta Falcons, meanwhile, have opted for experience with a touch of continuity. Kevin Stefanski's move to Atlanta shows how teams are weighing proven track records against potential upside. The Raiders must balance these considerations too. Do we bring in a seasoned mind who can deliver immediate results? Or do we invest in someone younger, someone who can grow with the team and develop a long-term system? With players like Brock Bowers and Fernando Mendoza, who are still in the early stages of their careers, the latter approach has a lot of appeal. Developing a coach alongside the growth of young stars can create cohesion and a level of synergy that translates into success on the field. Meanwhile, defensive-minded coaches are dominating conversations across the league. Pittsburgh, after Mike Tomlin's departure, has sparked debate about the value of defensive leadership in modern football. Teams are recognizing that building from the back line up, starting with a strong defensive framework, can stabilize a franchise and give the offense room to operate. For the Raiders, This is especially relevant because the silver and black have a balanced roster. We have offensive weapons ready to explode, but without a disciplined, intelligent defense, championships remain out of reach. That's why names like Robert Sulla and Chris Shula keep appearing in discussions. Their defensive expertise, combined with experienced mentoring players, aligns well with the team's strategic vision. Looking at the Tennessee Titans, their choice of Matt Nagy highlights the importance of quarterback development in today's NFL. Teams are increasingly hiring coaches who have a proven ability to elevate quarterbacks, refine their mechanics, and adapt schemes to their strengths. For the Raiders, the quarterback position is already one of high priority, and any head coach must be capable of maximizing production there. Integrating a coach who understands offensive intricacies, while still emphasizing discipline and structure across the roster, is a delicate balance, but it's one that Las Vegas is positioned to achieve. As the dominoes continue to fall, the Raiders' timing becomes even more critical. With other teams filling positions, the pool of available candidates narrows, but it also reveals which coaches might be overlooked or undervalued. These hidden gems can often be the perfect fit, offering innovation, respect from players, and a philosophy that meshes seamlessly with the team's direction. The Raiders have a chance to identify such a candidate, someone who combines tactical knowledge with the ability to motivate, lead, and execute a vision that leverages the unique talents on this roster. It's also worth noting that culture plays a massive role in coaching hires. Teams that have built a winning culture often prioritize alignment between the coach's values and the organization's ethos. For the Raiders, bringing in a coach who embodies resilience, competitiveness, and accountability is essential. This person must not only design winning schemes, but also create an environment where players buy in fully, understand their roles, and push each other toward excellence every single day. The right cultural fit can transform a talented roster into a cohesive, championship-contending unit. Moreover, recent drafts and acquisitions make the Raiders' coaching decision more complex but also more exciting. Integrating top draft picks with returning players requires a coach who can manage diverse personalities and skill sets. Whether it's developing rookies like Fernando Mendoza, optimizing the talent of Ashton Gentry, or finding creative ways to leverage Brock Bowers' abilities, the head coach must be both a strategist and a teacher. The Raiders are in a unique position where the right hire could accelerate the team's competitive timeline, potentially turning a promising roster into a serious contender almost immediately. The intricacies of the NFL hiring process also mean the Raiders must be proactive and deliberate. As each team makes a move, other options close, and speculation intensifies. By carefully assessing the league-wide domino effect, the Raiders can anticipate which coaches might become available unexpectedly and which candidates align with our roster, philosophy, and long-term vision. This is a time to balance patience with decisiveness. Waiting too long could mean missing out on a prime candidate, while acting too quickly could result in a mismatch. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on our Las Vegas Raiders. And don't be shy. Drop your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Whispers have begun to circulate through the NFL landscape as Amon-Ra St. Brown reportedly closes a deal with the Las Vegas Raiders, a move that could send shockwaves through the league's passing game. Known for his exceptional route running and reliability under pressure, St. Brown has steadily built a reputation as one of the most versatile wide receivers in the game, and insiders suggest that his addition to the Raiders' offense could instantly transform the team's aerial attack. Sources close to the situation hint that the Raiders see St. Brown as more than just a complementary piece. With his combination of size, speed, and precise hands, he could become the centerpiece around which the offense is structured, opening up opportunities for both the quarterback and other receiving targets. Rumors suggest that the coaching staff has been in talks for weeks, envisioning creative ways to exploit matchups in the secondary and push defenses to their limits. League analysts are already speculating how St. Brown's presence might shift the Raiders' offensive philosophy. Some suggest a more aggressive downfield approach, while others predict a balanced mix of short, quick passes and explosive vertical threats. Either way, the buzz is undeniable. St. Brown's arrival could redefine the team's identity and make the Raiders a more formidable challenge in the passing game. Fans are reportedly excited about the potential of seeing St. Brown paired with the current receiving core, sparking conversations about record-breaking seasons and highlight reel plays. Social media chatter paints a picture of anticipation and intrigue, as followers debate how his skill set will mesh with the existing roster. Coaches are believed to be planning a slew of new formations and schemes tailored to his abilities, signaling a willingness to adjust the playbook to maximize his impact. While nothing has been officially confirmed by the team, the rumor mill continues to turn, suggesting that the NFL's landscape could be on the verge of a major shakeup. For now, speculation reigns, but one thing is clear. If Amon-Ra St. Brown officially joins the Raiders, the sky might just be the limit for their passing attack. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Las Vegas Raiders, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.